Hello there. Today we're going to be studying active and passive voice. These are the action verbs in use. Remember that we studied transitive and intransitive verbs in a video previously. So transitive and intransitive verbs are action verbs, and active and passive voice are formed also using action verbs. Let's start with this. Both, meaning active and passive voice, are or used transitive verbs, but there is a difference or two main differences. Let's see this. In active voice, the subject does the action, but when using passive voice, the subject receives the action. In active voice, no helping verbs are needed or required, but they can be used to form future or past. But when we use passive voice, this needs a form of the verb be, meaning this could be is, are, was, were, or just be. This form of the verb be plus the past participle of the main verb we are using in the sentence. And sometimes other helping verbs are going to be needed also. If we have an active voice, these examples. Josh hits the ball. Josh, the subject, is doing one action, hitting the ball. But if we change it to passive voice, the ball is hit by Josh. He is receiving the action. He's the one doing the action, but he's receiving the action. Then, in active voice, Ruth prepared some quesadillas. The subject is doing the action of preparing the quesadillas. But if we change it to passive voice, it is gonna be like this. Some quesadillas were prepared by Ruth. So the subject is receiving the action. If you see, we have a form of the verb be, here and here. Then the past participle of the main verb, here and here. And sometimes other helping verbs can be used. For example, here, if we say some quesadillas will be prepared by Ruth, we have the form of be, the past participle of the main verb, and one more helping verb. Okay, there are some other things that we have to know about this, and it is that when the voices or the voice is changed, the subject and the object change places, meaning that the subject is gonna take the place of the object and vice versa. Let's see the first examples that we have here. The mechanic fixes the car. This is the subject, this is the object. So they are gonna change places. The car, if you see the place where the subject was placed, is fixed by the mechanic. You have mechanic here in the place of the car. Then sometimes the active subject may be omitted in the passive voice. When we change one sentence from active voice to passive voice, it could be possible just to omit the subject. The example we have here, Garfield will reach the goal. This is the subject. We are saying that the subject will reach the goal. And in passive voice, we can just say, the goal will be reached. So, we have no subject, not a receiver for the action. And well, we are gonna practice a little bit more. Jonathan plays the piano. Is this using active or passive voice? Of course, it is using active voice because Jonathan is doing the action. Then Oscar listens to the radio. The one doing the action is the subject. So, active voice. Then the money is counted by John. Who is counting the money? John. In this case, this one is passive voice. Then he worked the whole night. He worked. This one, he is the subject and he's doing the action. So this one is active voice. Then we have the house will be painted by Romeo. Who will be painting? Romeo. So this one is the subject. This means that this one is passive voice. Then the man was killed by Juliet. Oh man, let's see Romeo and Juliet. Okay, the man was killed by Juliet. The one who killed, who did the action is Juliet. So this one is passive, passive voice. Also this one, passive voice. Then he sleeps tight. Who does the action? He. So this one is active voice. And well, this is all for today. I mean, for talking about active and passive voice. And remember to watch the video Sit and Set. The link of the video is gonna be in the description of this one. And see you next time.